So welcome to round 3 in progress. As has been the case the last few times, Magic Online has decided to just shut down on me. So we're currently down a game. It was pretty interesting, but you know, lost the recording and all that, so can't really do anything about it. But this game is going okay. He killed my first thing through a God's Willing, favorite hoplite, and now he has a third land. We also mulliganed on the play, mulligan to one lander. So we'll see what happens. And this looks like a courser, not too surprising. I'm not going to fetch here because I kind of want to draw a land. So courser is cool. There's the rhino. And now we're going to suit this guy up twice, and it's going to be awesome. It's just going to be awesome. Yeah, Magic Online has just crashed. Like round 2 or 3 in these daily events, basically every time I've tried to record the last few times. So it's been kind of unfortunate. I'm not sure if there's anything I can really do about that aside from maybe upgrade my computer. Maybe I could have closed Magic Online or restarted it after round 2, but I don't know. It's just one of these things that happens, and I'm kind of just trying to get used to it, but it certainly is very frustrating and interferes with a lot of stuff, you know? Just trying to make some videos here. Alright, so we're going to get this island. This pilgrim out here. Ordeal. And that's it. We just peel 4 new ones, one of which is a treasure cruise, half his life points, and now he is in some pretty big trouble because even if he removes my hero this turn, he's probably going to have to take some pain land damage. And I have treasure cruise plus another hero and a God's Willing and all this stuff going on. So he's a little too far behind at this point. Looks like we're going to have enough time to finish game 3, so that's cool. Definitely happy to see that. There have been matches where I come back and just time out of, so. Alright. So, I think we're going to start things off by drawing 3 cards. That sounds like the best plan to me. So we draw some stuff that's not great, but we do have the God's Willing still. And he's pretty light on mana anyway. Next turn, I can Pilgrim. If he taps out for something like Rhino, I can Pilgrim for the Spectral Ward, which is going to be pretty sweet. It's not going to kill him, but it should hopefully put me in a pretty good position. Because he's going to need something like Banishing Light or Glare of Heresy to deal with it. Silence the Believers. That's funny against this deck. Yeah, so it looks like Papa Rhino's coming down. Oh, and we just drew the Spectral Ward, so that's kind of funny. Stupid Urborg, make me tap more. Or work harder to tap my stuff, rather. Yeah, so we ward up this guy. Then we get to keep open God's Willing and Stubborn Denial, which is pretty sweet. And that should be it for game 2. Even if he had like a last-ditch Elspeth here or something, he drew too many pain lands to actually make that happen. I guess he gained a life off Courser, so he could cast Elspeth. You'd still lose. I'll just take this. If he has something like 2 glares or whatever, or like I don't even know what he could have, but I might need this to actually attack him, so I don't think there's any point in chumping. End hostilities. Get out of here. Stub it. Should I kill him with the Pilgrim? Nah. We'll just overkill him. It's a shame you guys didn't get to see Game 1. Game 1 was fantastic. I ended up losing, but it was still sweet. So yeah, we sideboarded in the Stubbs, the Pilgrim, the Ward, the 2 cruises. Ultimately decided on not Glare because it looked like he was a little more controlling, and I think that is still true after seeing this game. So just ended up cutting all the bad tutor targets, the O4s, considered bringing in a Glare, but ultimately just decided against it because he was a little too controlling. And then I cut a land, which was a Plains last game, just because I needed all the blue stuff, all the blue mana, and then I felt like the games are going to be kind of grindy, so didn't want to draw a bunch of lands. I certainly want to, you know, make sure I hit my 3rd and 4th land drops, but at the same time, it's like you can't really risk that running late. So just cut a land. It's okay. Everyone else plays 22. I have 23 anyway, and we're on the draw. So this looks good to me. He had a Glare of his own and some Silence the Believers and stuff, so he had a ton of removal. So maybe I want more creatures, but I'm willing to risk it. So the O4s are like not even that great of threats. This hand's great. All ETB tap lands, which kind of stinks. And he's on play instead of on the draw and missing land drops like he was last game. So this game is certainly going to be way more difficult, but I think we can manage. Pilgrims are pretty good. It's kind of like a must-kill thing. I do just kind of want an untapped land, but I don't know. It depends. Like if he's playing a grindier game, if he just has a bunch of removal, then I definitely want this Pilgrim. But if he has like the Siege Rhino draw, keeping this on top could be really dangerous. So I think I'm gonna kind of protect myself against that and put this on the bottom, just because I already have 2 guys. I have a God's Willing and I have another Pilgrim, so I probably don't need it. And I'm getting Thought Seized, so I don't know. Maybe I could have used it, but I still think we're gonna be fine. We'll see, though. I would expect him to take God's Willing or a creature, and yeah, took the hero. Whatever, man. Just draw another creature. No big deal. Spectre Ward, you're supposed to stay in my deck until I want to find you. That's your job. So Thoughtseize into Courser. He's getting himself set up here, and he has the Utter End too, which is pretty good. And I think I'm just gonna run a dude out here. Next turn I'll be able to protect it. I fully expect this one to die, and I don't really care about that. So, and we found our other Pilgrim eventually anyway. So things are going well considering how our opening hand was. You know, he Thoughtseized our creature, and then we drew another one. We decided to put Pilgrim on the bottom. Wasn't sure if we were going to want that or not. Then we just drew another one. So I'm glad that I only have 2 and not 3. And then, yeah, he glares my guy. So he might be thinking that I'm out of creatures at this point. But little does he know the Battle-Wise Hoplite is about to show up to the party. And we drew an untapped land. So that's cool. I think we're pretty good on blue sources. So we'll just get this white one out here. And I have a couple options here. I could certainly just play Pilgrim this turn, use my mana a little bit more efficiently, but I think, I don't know. It's kind of close, I guess. Like, I could play Pilgrim and then play Hoplite and, like, Defiant Strike it and protect it and then play Ordeal of Thassa. Or I could play Hoplite, Defiant Strike it, then play Pilgrim with protection. I think it's about the same. So I think I'd rather just get the Hoplite out there in case I draw something like Ordeal. And I could see Defiant Striking now in case he has 2 removal spells, but I'm not super concerned with that. I don't think it's very likely. So yeah. Okay, so he has Downfall on top, Utter End in his hand, Temple of Silence in hand. And plays a Plains this turn instead of the Temple, so it might be Wingmate Rock time. Or you're just trying to play Utter End around Stubborn Denial or something, or he has a Glare. So now he might just have 2 removal spells. So that is kind of what I was scared of. Because I don't think you just walk this Glare in. Yeah, so that's unfortunate. So he had 2 removal spells, and his last 2 cards are Utter End and Temple with a Downfall on top. So he is playing the removal game. I think I want to keep this Defiant Strike in case I draw another creature. I could certainly be wrong about that. Because he has 2 more removal spells. These Pilgrims, you know, they're going to be fine. But I don't think I'm ever going to get a good window to pump my stuff up. So yeah, maybe I should just cycle this strike. I get a Scry also. And if I don't want the first strike, I certainly don't want the second one. And I guess I'll keep that on top just because he basically has to... He has to respect that. He has to remove that. So now I could try and get Spectre Ward. Or I could try to get like Stratus Walk or something. I think I'll just save the ward for the last Pilgrim. And I'll just get Ordeal maybe? Although with him having 2 removal spells, it's going to be tough to get this Ordeal through. I still think this is the best bet though. So now he's a Bile Blight on top too. Okay, so Downfall, Utter End, Temple of Silence, I believe, is what his hand is. He has multiple Glares, too, which is kind of interesting. Glare definitely very good in this matchup. I'm gonna write that down so we don't forget any of this stuff. Kind of surprised he's just playing out that Temple. I would expect him to keep the Bile Blight on top, but apparently not. So now I just need to fight through Downfall, Utter End. Should be simple. He's just going to kill my Hoplite right now. Now we have a God's Willing, so that's cool. So now we can just Ordeal up this thing. And this is the long road here. But he has an Abzan Charm. So I don't think we're ever going to get to crack this Ordeal, unfortunately. I can play around Utter End by using the God's Willing. And then I can just keep my guy back to never get Abzan Charmed. So that might be kind of reasonable. I could play Pilgrim this turn. Oh, maybe this is a good idea. So I should play Pilgrim and get Spectre Ward, and then he's going to draw the Charm, and if I draw a land, I can play Ward with God's Willing, and he can't both Abzan Charm and Utter End. So he might actually just save the Utter End for the Ward, which I can't do anything about, but then he's down an Utter End, and I still have God's Willing, so yeah, I'm going to do that. And I'm not going to attack, so he can't target my guy with Abzan Charm. It's possible I should just play out my 2/2 and just like let my Pilgrim bite it to an Utter End. That doesn't seem like the worst to me, honestly. Because then I get my Hoplite in play, and I think I would rather have that with a Ward than... Yeah, because then if he Utter Ends this, then he can't Utter End the Ward, so... Okay. I like where this is going. I have faith that I can draw an untapped land. Should have faith in drawing Treasure Cruise. That would also be a good one. Alright, so now he's He's locked into drawing another land, so this is great. And we also only have 5 minutes left, so we have to try and pick up the pace here. But, okay, so we don't draw a land for the ward, but we do draw an Ordeal of Thassa. So does that change anything? Do I want to put this anywhere? If I put it on the Hoplite, it gets utter-ended. Or Abzan Charmed, I mean. Man, I really wanted to hit that turn. So maybe if I put it on the Hoplite, or maybe I just put it on the Pilgrim. Maybe I'm supposed to be just making different threats here. I think that's probably a better way to beat his removal. This is a weird game. Alright, so he's going to Charm to try and put counters on his guy. So now do I want to use the God's Willing to protect my Heliod's Pilgrim? I'm thinking maybe not. But he can always just Utter End the ward. It just means that he can't Utter End the creature that I put the ward on. I think it's worth keeping this. Ooh, that's a good one. I don't have Ferocious, though. So I guess we have to put this on the bottom? That's weird. Ooh, Bile Blight. That's going to be a good one. I can attack with my 2 Pilgrims and Suicide 1. Not sure if he probably won't use the Utter End then. Although I could see him going block, Utter End, and then Bile Blighting this, which would be a problem. But if he Utter Ends one of these right now, then I can just put the ward on this. This game is tough. Game is tough. I probably should have Defiant Striked in combat, but maybe if he goes for Bile Blight on this, I can Defiant Strike it and then draw something. So Siege Rhino on top. Things are slipping away. We had a really good window there for a second. She needed to draw an untapped land and we would have been golden, I think. Yeah, so he Bile Blights that. I'm going to Defiant Strike. Hope to find another strike, God's willing. Okay. Yeah, so now we're in trouble. Need to hit. Come on, dealer. Another hero. Okay, so his removal's gone. If I draw an untapped land, I can just pants up the hero. So now we have this 5/5 guy. I'm not sure if I'm actually going to be able to race or not, though. I think that exchange went pretty well for me, though, all things considered. So now he has the Silence of the Believers on top, which is going to be able to kill any of my other guys. I have to keep this thing back, make it so he can't attack him. Now he has an end hostilities, so it makes things kind of weird. I'm just drawing lands. Just basically need a Treasure Cruise here to get out in front. And oh, now he has an erase. So yeah, okay, I'm super dead, I guess. Okay. Yeah, that's it. I can't win. That game was super close, and I think I put it in the best position I could have to win, but things just didn't add up, so that's too bad. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about missing the first game and a half, but nothing I can really